Welcome back, scrappers. Good to see you back. One thing about scrapping is we use various tools, and one that comes in handy a lot for me is a two-wheeler, two-wheel dolly, hand truck, whatever you may want to call it. Now this is a mag liner. I'm not sure if camera can pick that up right there or not. I'll try to bring it in a little closer. May have to hand hold it maybe. Mag liner. It's made of aluminum, and the price was right on this thing for sure, because I went out to a guy's house to pick up a pile of scrap, and he did actually have a pile, and this was laying right on the top of it. Of course, it didn't have any wheels on it. He had taken the wheels off, put them on his little riding mower. But I went down to Tractor Supply, and they had these solid tire ones, which is what I wanted. I know these other ones go flat all the time, but I was getting they're getting pretty wobbly. So I'm thinking, I'm not sure if that's slop on the axle, because it seemed like it was pretty tight. So I'm thinking it's bearing slop. So Harbor Freight's got these pneumatic ones on sale right now for $3.99. So what my plan is to take these apart if I can, and of course this one's 9/16, wouldn't you know it. So I think the one that's on there is 1/2 inch. I don't plan on this being a long video, but it'll probably be yeah, I'm going to take those off there before I do those. Okay, I don't even need a wrench on the back side. Awesome. Got little lock washers on there. So really, that's probably the only piece I really need right there. But I'll probably go ahead and put that on there too, keep it looking good. So I got a little tire and tube here. Okay. There's an auction on Friday night, so I can always send that down to the auction, might get $1 back. Maybe $2, who knows. A lot of people have these tires and wheels on stuff and they go bad, so they'll probably be glad to pay $1 or $2 for a tire and tube. Okay, that's those two. I need to check the monitor here, make sure I'm in view, because I think I'm barely in view where you could see what I was doing there. I want to bring the camera up closer, so I think I'm getting a lot of backlight out of that back door. That gives you a little room above and a little room below. Cotter key here. I don't know how many years ago I put these tires on here. It's been a while. Yeah, just wanting to flip every which way, of course. Stick the needle nose in the hole of the. Here we go. There's that one. Yeah, this one's got a real good bend on it. Okay, there's that one. And I think I only need 1/2 inch on these, is what I believe. Let's see what happens here. No, but that's 9/16 also. Where I got thinking it was one of them was 1/2 inch. I had one of my viewers ask about if I save all my screws, which I've replied to save some of them, but if I saved all of them, I'd have a 55-gallon barrel full or more. Okay. Now hopefully I can separate this rim here from the wheel. Okay, that piece came off. That piece is out of there. Yeah, I don't think that's supposed to turn like that. Maybe. Yeah, these don't turn. Okay. Hope these bolts are going to be long enough to go back through. Oh, maybe not. I may have to run some longer bolts, or figure out a way to compress that. I don't know if there is a way to compress it. So look there, that's nice and tight. That one there, I can wiggle it. If I stick that through, no washer, it comes out about flush. So yeah, I'm going to have to either figure out a way to compress this, which I got an idea. I'm going to have to pause the camera while I kind of put it all together. So I'm going to pause this. I'm going to make a deal to squeeze that together, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and one thing I've noticed is, I'll flip this monitor around so I can see, is this old one and the new one are different depths. So I'm putting the old pieces back on. So what I've done, I got a piece of all thread here. And I've got a 9/16 here somewhere. There we go. So crank this in. Bring the two halves together. I don't know if I took a washer on both sides or just one side. Looks like just one side, and the lock washer on this side. Lock washer and the nut. But I got it in where I got it started. So sometimes you got to improvise and overcome. Okay, I'll go opposite hole. Yeah, there's one with a washer on it. All thumbs. Trying to work in a small little area. Get that one started. There's another one with the washer already on it. There's another one. I'll go ahead and pop them both in there. Lock washer. Lock washer. Nut. Yeah, that's one thing about scrapping. You got to take care of your equipment. You got to maintain it from time to time. If you don't, you're going to be replacing it soon. Something I try to do on my trailers too. I try to get out there and grease the bearings every year. Plus, by doing that, I can see the condition they're in. Especially when most of my trailers are all used. Okay, I'll take this apart. Like I said, my video I made on the vise, which as I'm making this video, I haven't uploaded that one yet. But a lot of times I buy all thread, because then if you need bolts, you never know what size you may need. So I'm not using the backs of the new ones, and I've got to replace that one. So. But instead of having a whole lot of different size bolts around, I use all thread a lot of the time. It's not hard to make a bolt using that all thread. Now it just does not want to come out. I still had the lock washer on it. Let me tighten this one here up real quick, and if I can. I don't know if I can. Oh. That seems pretty tight there. Trying to get on this with a wrench, but being as deep as that in, it's not that easy. I know I'm doing this off camera. Over on the other workbench. But what I wanted to do, it's got a little play, but that's still a little bit of bearing play. But I think it's a whole lot better. Yeah, I think it's a whole lot better shape. So all we gotta do now is put the cotter key back in there. But what I'll probably do, just for giggles, put a little bead of oil on there. I should probably actually go and get a little axle grease, is what I probably should actually do. Put a little axle grease on it. Helps lube it up a little bit. It doesn't always spin on the bearing. Plus it keeps the shaft from rusting. Okay, so now for this one, try to line up the bolt holes best I can. And when I squeeze it together, I'll see actually where I'm at, but if I'm off, you got to loosen it all back up. Put those back on. It's not a deep socket, so I don't know how far I'll get it. About that far. I think that's far enough. washer nut. I'm not seeing all the lock washers I should be seeing. May have to use a couple of the older ones. That's all right. Yeah, try to hold it. Come on. That's ½ inch. Okay, close enough. There's one of the washers right there underneath the two-wheeler plate. There's another lock washer. Plates are a little bit off, but the washer's still going through, or the bolt's going through, I should say. I hope this video is not getting too long. The bolt doesn't look new, but looks newer than the others. Yeah, I've been wanting to do this for a while, but I've just kind of been waiting for Harbor Freight to put these pneumatic tires on sale. Well, I'm going to take this off real quick, get it out of the way. That worked out quite well. That one acts like it's ½ inch. Maybe it is. Okay. That's that back together. One of my cotter keys. There's the other cotter key. Yeah, still got a little bit of wobble, but not near as bad as what it was. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the like button, share it with your friends. If you know anybody interested that'd like to see this kind of stuff. If you're not subscribed to the channel already, please subscribe. I'd appreciate it. And hit that notification bell if you'd like to see more videos. I got a few tool openings coming up, and another tool I bought I haven't unboxed yet, and then hopefully in the next few weeks I'll want to purchase some horizontal vertical bandsaws. I think it would speed me up on a few things, make scrapping some of the stuff a little faster and easier. So I think that's going to work out good now. I mean, they're cheap tires and wheels to begin with, so you know the bearings are cheap. So What I probably really need to do is pop one of these bearings out and just really get the dimensions on it. But I think I still have a little bit of axle slop in there too. But cheap wheels, cheap bearings. I mean, a bearing's going to cost you more than $4 for a good one. So, back to my furniture dolly, one of the bearings went bad, and it cost me $20 just for that one bearing. Now the wheel hub itself is plastic, and it's wallered out around the outside of the bearing. So I need to try to find a wheel for it. So went to Northern Tool looking. They didn't have one, but their furniture dolly, they wanted $200. I said, no, I don't think so. I throw that in my tin bucket and be done with that. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. You guys make some money scrapping. I mean, best times now, this time of the year. Scrap prices seem to be up pretty good. Copper's up pretty good. Heard it's $3 a pound in some areas. I took some in a few weeks ago, got $2.18. I got a video of it already up from a couple weeks back. Took a bunch of some aluminum and most of my copper. Got to start rebuilding now. Rumor has it that it may go back up to $4.50 a pound, but it might be another year or 2 years. So if you can, stockpile it. You know, but if you need the money, go ahead and sell it. But hopefully you can sell it while the price is up. You know, I held on to mine until it got up above $2. I figured it's worth $2 a pound. So I've got more wire to strip. Then I got a whole bunch of electric motors to tear down, and they're kind of getting in the way. So I'm trying to get this room cleaned up where I can get that bandsaw in here. I should only have any room in the main workshop, and I guess when the weather cools down and I get more time, I'll probably try to get in there and clean it up. But I did a little rearranging in this corner over here. I used to, where I got the hose hanging there, the air hose, it used to be over here above the welder, but I moved the pecs over to at an angle to get it over that direction, where it's closer to the door. And right now, just inside the door here, I have my I've got a welder plug right there and a dryer plug. That way I can test out dryers. I can check out stoves too. I just got to throw a dryer plug on it. And I'm wanting to mount them right there by that plug-in. So it's going to be a little project down the road to move that 220 line over there. That way it's right here by the door if I got to do some welding outside. Which I got a thick cable right there is my 25-foot extension cord for my welder. But I got some little pile of electric motors there. Those are out of dryers, so those are most likely aluminum windings. Not worth much, but I'm going to kind of tear them down to get the aluminum out of it. Doesn't pay much, but I like the cast aluminum. It adds up weight quick. And like I said, this is more of a hobby. I got a few more motors over here. They're out of wash machines. And same story there. Most of those are aluminum windings, but I do run into one occasionally that has copper. Now down here, there's an electric motor hiding back there behind that compressor. A couple more electric motors there. And then under that toolbox right there, I've got a pile of them. Swing around here real quick. Carrying tripod and all. But I got a pile of them there. I got a couple bucket barrels full of them in the other room. So that's what I'm going to be working on later. But later today I'll probably be working on all this wire right here, trying to get it out of the way. Romax got a bunch of paint all over it, so that might be a little chore. Got a whole bunch of wash machine hoses there. Those have all got brass ends, so I may take those cable cutters, stick them in the vise, and cut all those ends off, those brass ends, And then maybe I got an old barbecue grill, I can stick them in and burn that little bit of rubber off of them. Or I don't know, I might be able to take the die grinder and cut them and get that rubber out that way. That might be faster and easier. Just cut them off here with the cable cutters, get the rubber washer out, and then cut them, make 2 cuts there and pry them apart and get the rubber right on out of there. Actually, I may cut them first, pry it apart and get the whole thing out. Forget cutting them. Just might make it a lot faster. Well, thanks for watching. I'm going to get off of here. This has probably been a long video. I'm not sure. So we'll catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.